wanted to show you something I thought about, and I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I like to call it a progression inside a progression. And really I guess what it is it's a progression and then a very similar, if not a mirror pattern of the first progression occurring secondarily in the next progression. So you have one series of chords and then almost an identical series of chords occurring again right after it. And you may have heard this and noticed it in our previous videos. Christ the Lord is risen today, and see, we were talking about the passage or the melody that says right there. So we talked about these chord substitutions starting with A minor, then the A flat augmented 5, G minor, F sharp 11, then your B flat sharp 11. So you notice this pattern here where it walks down. That. And we also remember the circle of fifths, how we said that a type of chord moves to another type, and in a predictable pattern around the circle of fifths. That's what we're talking about. So after this first progression, the same thing occurs again almost identically. Did you hear that? So we've got this descending pattern, and it occurs again. Did you hear that? One more time. So you've got Christ the Lord is risen today, and it almost repeats identically. Hallelujah. So I just wanted you to be aware of listening for a progression and then another very similar progression behind it. You'll hear these chords move by so quickly, in like this demo. Let me start over. That was just a few seconds, but yet you had those two progressions back to back. But if you could train your ear to learn how to listen for a pattern and then a very similar pattern after it, you can slow that down and be able to dissect the chords into manageable amounts and then predict what those chords would be as you're listening and analyzing things by ear. You don't necessarily have to have all the music right out in front of you. You can start to learn how to pull sections from this and learn how to hear it. Something else, let me find that again with passing tones. Right here. Hear all those passing tones in there? Raise your joys and triumphs high. Alright, let's just take a second and look at that. So your melody line is raise your joys and triumphs high. You'll see that's right in the hymn book when you open it up. Raise your joys and triumphs high. Now if you just played that by itself, and if you just played the notes that are printed on the page of the hymnal, that's fine. But there are other things you can do to make your playing your accompaniment more interesting. So you would have something very similar to this. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what the vocal parts will be singing. But if you can add hear all that. And you can do your own variation, but I was just going to let you hear that, and then you can start to work on it for yourself. Raise your joys. So we have passing tones. So you got G, F sharp, G, A, F sharp, G, A, B, natural, C, and you'll find what works for you. Raise your joys and triumphs high. Any variation of those will work as long as it supports the melody. You'll be fine. Raise, F sharp, G, G, F sharp, A, G, A, B, G, C. Alright. Try that, let me know what you think. pianoryland@gmail.com